Some breaking news now, and this concerns the ethnic violence that has erupted in Manipur. Now there is a PIL, we are told, over the violence, and this has been mentioned before the Chief Justice of India, and this matter has been listed to be heard today. Now remember, the Supreme Court will be hearing pleas on Manipur violence today. The government has already mentioned how it is ready for talks. The state has appointed a new chief secretary also in the wake of the ethnic violence that has been reported out of Manipur. There's a PIL before the top court of the country. That matter has now been listed. All of those pleas are going to be heard today before the Chief Justice of India. One of them is before the Chief Justice of India. Supreme Court is going to be taking up all of that. Remember, we are talking about ethnic clashes that had broken out in Manipur last week between the tribals and the members of the majority Meitei community in the state. And after so many days of the state reeling under violence, with the army being pressed into service, now the matter has reached the Supreme Court, which will be hearing a batch of pleas on the Manipur violence. We also know how life is slowly returning to normalcy in Manipur and the various districts there. There was a relentless violence over the last few weeks, and now the matter is before the Supreme Court of the country. My colleague Ananya, who is joining us with all of those details, is with us on the broadcast. Ananya, the matter has reached Supreme Court, all set to be hearing the pleas that's been filed in the case of these violences. What is the state government's response when it is about these pleas?
Well, the matter will be coming up for hearing for the first time today, and we'll see as to what the state government too has to say on this particular aspect. But these petitions have been filed with regards to Manipur violence, and the matter is listed before the Supreme Court today. Whether the Supreme Court would be entertaining any kind of intervention into this particular matter or not is something that a matter of time, and we'll get to know. Now, who are the petitioners? One of them is the chairman of the Hill Areas Committee of the Manipur Legislative Assembly. And he has approached the Supreme Court challenging the Manipur High Court's order in relation to the scheduled tribe status for Meitei community as a tribe of Manipur. So we'll have to wait and watch as to whether the Supreme Court would be interfering with this particular Manipur High Court order, whether it would be saying something about the Manipur violence that has burnt down a lot of places and has caused a lot of damage to the life and property there. So whether the Supreme Court would be intervening, whether the Supreme Court would be saying something about it, is a matter of time. We will get to know in a short while from now, when the bench headed by the Chief Justice of India actually takes the matter up for hearing.
Okay, Ananya, thank you so much. Ananya there having his eyes on this story coming out of the apex court of the country. With that,